Welcome everyone to example number 3 in which we are going to learn how can we solve or get the average current, the power factor and any other values for an RL load. So in this example we have RL half wave rectifier with a resistance value 100 ohms and inductance 0.1. Omega is 377 radians per second, and Vmax is 100 volt. Maximum voltage of the supply is 100 volt. So what we would like to get, determine number 1 an expression for the current. We would like to get the current as a function of time. Number 2, we need the average current. Then we need the RMS current, and we need absorbed power by the RL load, and finally the power factor. Okay, so let's start with the expression of the current. So first, as you remember, these values are important as we use them in writing our current equation. Number 1 equation, Z or Z is equal to R square root of R square plus omega L square. Omega 377 and inductance 0.1, resistance 100 ohms. By substituting, you will get the impedance of the circuit is 106.9. Number 2, we need the phase shift between current and voltage. So the phase shift will be tan minus 1 omega L over R, which will give us 20.7 degrees in radians, 0.361 radians. And we need omega t, which is the omega 377 multiplied by time, or to be more specific, here we are not looking for omega t, omega tau, okay, omega tau. This is tau, not t. And tau is L over R, so L divided by R gives us, multiplied by omega, which is 377, will give us 0.377 radians. Now, by substituting the equation, I as a function of omega t will be like this. Now, where did we get this equation? If you get back here, like this, here, this is I as a function of time, Vmax over Z. Vmax was given in the problem, sine omega t minus theta which we just obtained, and omega tau which I just calculated. So by substituting this equation, you will get finally this one, okay, this final equation, okay, expression for the current from 0 to beta. Now, if we would like to get the value of beta, it will be using this equation, which is a condition when the current is equal to 0, when the current is equal to 0 at omega t equal to beta and omega t equal to beta, you will get this equation similar to the one which we discussed in the previous lesson. So by using this and by using the calculator, as I'm going to show you in the next lesson how can use the calculator in order to get any value, you will get beta to be 3.5 radians or 201 degrees. Okay, now this is a value of beta, which means it will occur here at 201 degrees after the pi, which is 180 degrees, right? Okay, so this is the expression of current. Now, if I would like to get the average current, as you know, average current is V average over R. And as you remember from the previous slide, we talked about like this. We said that V average is Vmax over 2 pi 1 minus cosine beta. Now, by using this, we can get 0.308 V average over R. Okay, similar to it, you can simply say I average is equal to 1 over 2 pi 1 over t integration from 0 to beta. Beta here, of course, in radians. Okay, we use all of the values we use in radians. So from 0 to beta, which is 3.5, and integrating this one in the calculator, you will get 0.308 similar to this one. So this one is correct, similar to this one. So we get the average current. For the root mean square current, you will use the same rule. Root mean, which means average, 1 over t integration, and square means the square of the function. By using the calculator also directly, you will get 0.474, or by getting VRMS and divide it by divide it by z, not resistance only, you will get the root mean square current. Then we need the power absorbed by the RL load. How much power absorbed by the RL load? And as we know that inductance does not absorb electrical power. What I mean by this, not absorbing, does not consume electrical power. Only the resistance that consume electrical power. So we will say IRMS square multiplied by R, the consumed power by the resistance. For the inductance, the average power across it will be equal to 0, because it in half of the cycle it absorbs power, and on the other half it will provide electrical power. So in the end, the average power is equal to 0. For the resistance, IRMS square multiplied by the resistance. So it will be IRMS square multiplied by R, as you can see, 22.4 watt. Now what about the power factor? Power factor is simply equal to, as we remember, power factor of what? Power factor of the supply. So it will be power input divided by its input. And the input power of the supply is equal to the consumed power through the resistance, right? Since the diode is treated here as an ideal device, okay, without any kind of power losses. So all of the power input from the supply to this circuit is consumed inside resistance. So input power is equal to the output power, which is 22 watt, which we just obtained. Now for the input power for the supply, it will be VRMS multiplied by IRMS. VRMS of the supply, which will be 100 divided by root 2, since this one is Vmax, okay, and IRMS, or the root mean square current, will be similar to the output RMS, since the current from the supply similar to the current going to the load in this circuit. Okay, this is very important, as when we go to the next one, which is with a freewheeling diode, you will find that the current of the supply is not equal to the output current. So here, during this conduction mode, the current of the supply equal to the current going through the load. And when the current is equal to 0, the current through the load 0, and current of the supply 0. Okay, so the IRMS is the one which we just obtained here, 0.474 amperes. So as you can see here, power output 22.4, and the current 0.47 RMS, and supply is 100, which is the peak or the maximum voltage, divided by root 2 to convert it into root mean square current. So the power factor of this circuit will be 0.67. So we learned in this lesson how can we obtain the output power, the root mean square, the average, the beta angle, and all of this using a very simple example.